Hey, what is up, people? Skywalker Hendrix here, back with another video for you guys today. And today we are looking at the Hot Toys Darth Sidious. Now, I got this figure from Pop Collectibles. Shout out to Pop Collectibles. Y'all are some G's. Go check them out if you haven't already. They are the place to go for all your Hot Toys needs. So shout out to them. They got this to me super fast, and just always a huge pleasure working with Pop Collectibles. But yes, this figure looks absolutely beautiful. You can see a little sneak peek on the box there, but this is the first time getting a, Palpatine head sculpt in the Hot Toys line, and I just cannot be more thrilled. And this is his iconic look from the Clone Wars animated series, one of the best shows in general, let alone Star Wars shows out there. If you are unfamiliar with the Clone Wars TV series, I highly recommend checking it out. But taking a quick look at the package, we do have some nice promo images of the figure, and that is a really nice thing that Hot Toys does, is all of the images on the packaging is of the figure itself. No renders or CG, whatever. It is all figure photography. Yes, it might be edited, but that is just very cool in my opinion, that they show what you're getting when you open the package, and that is just awesome. So with no further ado, let's get this guy out of the package. Now, something to note when opening a Hot Toy figure, they do have these nice, very nice slip covers, and usually it displays, teases what figure you're opening. But this one in particular is just very cool, and I would even consider hanging this up on my wall. This one is just a really cool representation of a pose you could hit with this figure and a kind of screen grab from the Clone Wars series, but made with the Hot Toys figures as he is fighting the Clone Wars Darth Maul. Now, yeah, just what an iconic scene from the Clone Wars, and super cool recreated here in Hot Toys. Alright, and getting this guy laid out in his tray. Tons of cool accessories included with this guy, starting off with the array of hands here. Now, these hands are super highly detailed. Some of the most detailed hands I've seen from Hot Toys. Just the skin texture and wrinkling and veins and everything. Just some nice old man creepy hands. And these, super excited for these. These are obviously the electricity hands, and I think they just look absolutely fantastic. We've seen some Sidious electricity in Hot Toys before, and I actually have the Episode 6 Darth Sidious, or Emperor Palpatine, and he comes with some kind of slide over electricity effects, but those always just came off as way too big, and these are just perfect size for some either photography or some cool dynamic posing. But yeah, very cool, nice array of hands there. They look very nice as well. And yes, his lightsabers, of course. Now, these obviously are the USB style lightsabers that do light up. Now, unfortunately, I just never display the lightsabers lit up like that. So I always just go for the stock regular lightsaber hilts, which just look amazing and are painted fantastic. Darth Sidious actually does have my favorite lightsaber hilt in all of Star Wars. Just love how small and compact it is, with the gold and the electrum, if you're familiar with some lore. But yeah, very cool. He does come with some swooshing blades along with your standard lightsaber blade. Yeah, very cool accessories for this guy. Everything you would really need for a Darth Sidious. Now, first impressions getting this guy out of the package. Oh man, Hot Toys has been on a absolute roll lately with the head sculpts, and this is no exception. This thing looks absolutely beautiful, and the feel of the robes, I guess you would call it, cloak, whatever you want to, call it, just feels super nice, high quality, premium. We also do get a base with this guy, which is actually a newer style base. These have been coming in a lot of the newer figures, and I think it looks amazing. A nice Star Wars-y type base there, kind of elevating him just a little bit, and it just looks like something right out of Star Wars. So that is always very nice to get some variations on the display bases. But yeah, this guy looks absolutely fantastic. Let's get him all the way out of the package and take a closer look. All right, and getting this guy out of the package all the way, absolutely amazing. Such a simple figure, simple, execution. Just a flat robe and an old man head sculpt, but the expression, the tailoring, the fabrics they used, I mean, this is like a super soft, like felty type fabric, and the way it just lays, and heavy wires in just about everything, everywhere you would need wires. But I think the star of the show is that head sculpt. It is absolutely stunning. The Ian McDiarmid likeness is incredible, and man, just the creepy smile smirk thing that they got going on here just takes this figure to a whole new level, and I just cannot believe how good Hot Toys has gotten with their head sculpts. And with some slight posing, and with the hood up, man, the creepy factor of this goes up tenfold, and really is just an amazing representation, and conveys just how creepy and yet powerful this character is. And having representation of that iconic scene in the Clone Wars. And I also love the scene of kind of Yoda's Force vision when he's fighting Sidious at the end of season 6. Just amazing, and so happy to have that look on the shelf. All right, and getting his lightning hands on, these are just amazing, and I'm very tempted to display him with these hands on, even under this little bit of light. I mean, not a little bit of light, these are 3 ring lights on this guy, but they look like they're lit up, honestly, and the effect is just done so well, and they're even like slightly painted and stuff, and just the way they look is just absolutely fantastic. And like I said, I'm very tempted to display him like this in the collection, and I am personally not a huge effects person, especially with Hot Toys. I think it makes them sometimes look a little more toy-like, when I think for me they are the most realistic representation on the market. And when you add some of these effects, it does just bring it down and make it look a little more like a toy, in my opinion. But these are the absolute opposite, and kind of enhance this figure in a way. All right, and comparing him to the Episode 6 Emperor Palpatine, oh man, these two, even though you would never display them, together, I mean, I guess you can do whatever you want with your collection, but for me, I would never display these two together. But just what a cool thing to have in your collection, just kind of a representation of a character, before he reveals himself as, the big bad of the series, and after, when he is fully embraced being that evil dictator ruler, just pure evil. And yeah, these two look absolutely fantastic. I have said it a few times, but this figure right here, I think is one of Hot Toys' best figures ever. And this, I mean, getting this guy is just chef's kiss. Hot Toys has really outdone themselves with this character and really haven't missed yet. So I'm very curious to see the episode 3 Darth Sidious that is coming very soon. Obviously, this guy was announced first, and a lot of people were actually going to use him as a episode 3 Darth Sidious, as it is kind of supposed to be like the Clone Wars interpretation of that look, but it is a bit different. And Hot Toys giving us all 3 looks is just chef's kiss, and cannot wait to get that figure and compare all 3 of them. But something I have seen a few people do already is put this head sculpt on this body and kind of do a episode 1 Sidious, which is just so cool and such a genius idea. And even though I wouldn't do that personally in my collection, it is cool that the option is there. And the fact that you could put these lightning hands on this Sidious, as the lightning effects that did come with this Sidious just aren't executed as perfectly as these. So yeah, just 2 very cool figures, and I think both deserving of a spot in your collection. Plus I'm not going to pull it out because it's huge, but the chair that comes with this guy is just a masterpiece, and it lights up and is just so cool, and having this guy in the collection is just a real treat. Something else to note as well is this guy does have the moving eye gimmick. Now, his head sculpt does not look like that at all times. You do take this little hair piece off to move the eyes, so let's try some different eye positions. Alright, and having this guy slightly look up and burying the chin just a little bit is super sinister, and I feel like is the route a lot of people are going to go with this guy, and it just looks so creepy but so good. But then you also give him a little bit of side eye, and he kind of looks like concerned, or pondering a little bit, or still very creepy, because that creepy smirk. And just goes to show that this head sculpt is just beautiful. They absolutely killed it. The texture and just everything, skin texture, paint apps, the glossiness to the eyes, just everything is just on point. And the head sculpt is so good that I am very tempted to display this just kind of as a Palpatine on the shelf. Whether that's with some other Clone Wars figures or somewhere on the shelf. Maybe he doesn't really fit in Attack of the Clones in this outfit, but it kind of, looks, you could pass it as a, just a standard Palpatine outfit. I mean, he wore some interesting fits in the prequel era, so you could totally throw this on the shelf and just have it be regular old Palpatine, before he was Sidious, or not before, but you know what I mean, like just displayed as Palpatine. But at the end of the day, guys, this is a phenomenal Hot Toys. They've done it again. Hot Toys doing Hot Toys things. They are really solidifying themselves as the best collectible company, in my opinion, the best maker of Star Wars collectibles, I think, of all time. What they've been doing recently, and just every release is getting better and better, and they're finding the things that do work and just hitting it out of the park every time. I mean, it's really amazing. The head sculpts are always, I mean, you don't get a dud head sculpt. Hot Toys of the past, before the technology was really there, the likenesses were always great, you know, better than a lot of companies. But these days, it's unquestionable, especially with their new artisan line with the rooted hair. We're starting to see some of those figures come out, and those are even next level to this. And this is a 10 out of 10 head sculpt. This head sculpt is so good. If you don't see it on camera, I will say this figure does shoot a little weird on camera, but this figure is beautiful. They really have been blowing me away with every release. Every release, like I have been saying, is just getting better and better. Every new Hot Toys that I get, just, you know, remarkable. I mean, I'm speechless. These things are incredible. As a Star Wars fan, I could not be happier. And they're just doing some fan favorite characters as well, some fan favorite looks, deep cuts even, if you know, would call them that. I mean, this is kind of a deep cut. Yes, it's Sidious, but this is a, you know, 3-episode Clone Wars look for Sidious. So they nailed it. I mean, this figure is absolutely beautiful. So that's going to do it for today's review, guys. I hope everyone enjoyed. Stay tuned for many, many more Hot Toys reviews. I always got Hot Toys on deck to review. I have about 10 sitting behind me. Work is starting to get a little bit better, so get ready for, you know, a little bit more uploads a week. I know I've been slacking a little bit here, but we're getting back to it, and I cannot wait to bring back, hopefully, at least every other day uploads. Yeah, I got tons of topic videos, list videos, reviews, all, you know, I am focused a bit more on Hot Toys. I know for some people, I hope that's not too much of a disappointment. I know I'm kind of, you know, at least was known as a bit of a Black Series reviewer, and at that, an early Black Series reviewer. I don't collect Black Series anymore. Unfortunately, I just focused all my collecting time and energy on Hot Toys because they have just been, it's just what I like to collect nowadays. And as I feel like my Black Series 1/12, whatever you want to call it, collection is really complete at this moment. And I, you know, will always throw in a SH Figuarts review, or maybe even a Black Series review here and there. But we're really focused on Hot Toys here on the channel, and I just could not be happier. I love making videos about stuff that I love, and I just absolutely love what Hot Toys is doing right now, and love building my Hot Toys collection. So I hope all you guys enjoy the content, and stay tuned for a bunch more. I got tons of stuff planned, so like I said, stay tuned. We got a bunch of Attack of the Clones reviews coming. I still have to review the Attack of the Clones Anakin. I cannot wait to review that guy. And I have to do R2 and 3PO, and the Bad Batch, and tons more. Yoda, Dooku, some throwback Hot Toy reviews. Super happy to add those to the collection, and yeah, tons of Hot Toy prequel Clone Wars era stuff, and I just could not be happier. So, like I said, I hope everyone enjoyed today's review. This is a beautiful figure. If you do not own this already, I highly recommend. Tommy, if you're watching, you need to get this figure. It's so good. And for what you're doing with your collection, you need this guy in there. He'll complete the look. I mean, let's be serious. So, but guys, I love each and every one of you. Shout out to my channel members. Y'all are the top G's. But I appreciate everyone that watches my videos. And as always, may the Force be with you. Ayy.